Hello boys and girls. This is going to be a little video about blown out spark plugs on the F-250 Super Duty V8 Triton. Yeah, these things seem to have a problem. I figure this is a 5.4 liter Triton. These Triton motors on these older trucks, they have a tendency to blow out spark plugs. And I just want to show a quick, easy, simple way to fix them, because you take them to the mechanic and they will charge you a fortune. And so I wanted to tell you a little bit about how I went about fixing them, and it seems to work so far. The story, first one I had blew out was this first one in the front here. Right there, that one blew out. And I got a little kit from Napa. They have a kit for this, for that inserts, it screws in, it flares out, screws in, and then it has an extended spark plug. I'll show you that in a little bit. And then I fixed one all the way in the back on this side. You can't really see it, but it's the same thing as that. It's the same thing. There's the coil pack. And it blows the spark plug out and the coil pack when it goes. And yeah, and so the first one I used the insert, and the one in the back there, it was hard to get to, and I had some JB weld, and I just JB welded it back in there. It was a little scary, because once I JB welded it back in there, I was waiting every day for it to blow out. Every day, I was like, for the first 3 days, for the first month, I was like, oh, it's gonna blow out, it's gonna blow out. Well, that's been in there for almost a year now, and that has not blown back out. So that really worked well. It was a really easy fix. Put some JB weld on the thread, put it back in, and it worked great. You know, a very cheap repair. The coil packs can usually just be put back together. Sometimes the plastic piece blows off on it, like right here. This little plastic piece comes off. Sometimes that'll come off and it'll expose the spring inside, but you can just push them back on, and they continue to work. And also the end here, you see this broke off. That's where there's a screw that screws on. And if you want, you can take this screw off and use some kind of epoxy glue and glue it back on. You know, and then you can put the bolt back on and put it in. That holds it in place. I got lazy with the last one in the back, and I just put it back on there. You know, it was throw some epoxy on it and throw it back on, and that's what I'm gonna do. But that's what I'm gonna do this time. I got a new spark plug. I'm just gonna put some JB weld on it, and I'm gonna put it back together, and hopefully it works as well as the last one did. Oh shoot, I left the JB weld. Well, everybody knows what JB weld is, I believe. But here's the kit. Now, after the first one wet, and this one worked really well also, I used this on the first one I was talking about, and that one's also still in there. You need some extra tools and sockets and stuff, because what happens is this piece has to get put in, and you need a thin wall socket, and you put this thing in, and then you put your spark plug in. This is a really cool looking spark plug they give you. It's extended, you know. It's an extended spark plug, and then they give you it's actually a shorter boot, because it goes from here to inside the other side of this. So this is the part that threads into the head, and then the spark plug screws into this, and then it sticks up a little higher, so they give you a shorter boot. This boot is shorter than this one, as you can see. And yeah, this I mean, you needed a couple extra tools for this, but this also worked really well, and it was Napa, and I think it was like $36 or something. You know, I want to say it was somewhere around $36. Don't, you know, hold me to that, but there's the part number, Dorman. Yeah, and there's other kinds of inserts where you got to drill out the head and re-thread it and put another piece of thread in there. This was good, and I bought a second one because I figured it was going to happen again, and I wanted to be ready. So I have this one, but right now I don't feel like doing that, and since the first JB Weld job worked so well, that's really all that, you know. I would show you the process, but I don't, it's pretty self-explanatory. Put some JB Weld on your spark plug, even if you have the old spark plug with you, and you just have JB Weld, you put JB Weld on it, you use your socket wrench with the right size socket, JB Weld, screw it back in, put your coil pack back on, and plug your coil pack back in. And you know, let it set for about an hour to dry, and you're off and on your way. I mean, when these things blow, it sounds really bad. They go blah, 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 you know, and you can actually still drive on that. I would drive very carefully if you have to get home or something. But that's it. I just wanted to share that with you. All right, everybody have a nice day.